Hey everybody, welcome to the video. This is going to be actually probably a series of videos that I'm going to be doing. Probably in the next hour, I'm going to do these 3 videos. I noticed that I forgot that I did my YouTube videos showing this earlier, about a year or so ago, and it was a very popular video, but it had copyrighted content, and at the time YouTube was going through that whole thing about cutting out videos that were copyrighted and all that. So I deleted the video from my channel to give it a clean slate. Anyways, um, in light of that being a very popular video, I thought, why not just remake it and make it better, because it didn't include any of the GLAD stuff and all this. So anyways, we're going to start from scratch. What I did was I loaded the PDF from learnopengl.org or .com, and we're going to go through from the very beginning, like an empty project here. It says, before this page, the first 2 chapters talk about what OpenGL is and all that fun stuff, so you can review that on your own. This is actually the first time that you get into the code, so I thought I'd just jump right up to this. The first thing you do is you learn all about GLFW, which is a third-party library that is used to manage it says making sure it properly creates an OpenGL context, handle user input, and display the window, and all that fun stuff. So we're going to do that. It says GLFW can be obtained from their web page's download page. So let's go like that. We're going to go over to the GLFW. And what does it say? It says GLFW has already pre-compiled binaries and header files. But for completeness sake, we will compile GLFW ourselves from the source code. So let's download the source package. And it says blah, blah, blah. If you're using pre-compiled binaries, sure down to 32 bits, not 64 bits, 64-bit important readers for most readers. Once you've downloaded the source package, extract it, open its content. We're only interested in a few items. Let's see, Windows, source package. Source package. What's happening? I don't know. If you run into trouble like this, don't freak out. Just freak out. Oh, there is no choice. It just starts downloading right away. Okay. So I guess and I was doing this while World of Warcraft was updating, so we're going to go ahead and close that now since I hadn't opened it in a while. I figured I'd let it patch. Anyways. Looks like we're done downloading, so that's good. So then what we're going to do is go into Downloads, and let's see, what did I just download right here? So let's go to 7-zip and extract to GLFW321, blah, 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 goes into there. Okay, so now we're there. So we've got that, and then what do we do, right? Once you've downloaded the source package, extract and open its content, we're only interested in a few items. The resulting library from compilation, which presumably we're going to do, and the include folder. Okay, so here's the include folder, so we're interested in that, and then the source, and then stuff. Let's see how to do this here. It walks you through it. Compiling library guarantees results, blah, 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 blah. CMake is a tool to generate project solution files of the user's choice. Let me see if I have CMake on here. I do. So you can download CMake. It takes you to the download page and all that fun stuff. You just load it up, and here's CMake. Once CMake is installed, choose to run CMake from the command line or via the GUI, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to run right here. Where is the source code? So we're going to go into, not there, where are we going? Downloads, GLFW. I'm actually going to select this folder because if you look in the actual GLFW root folder, there in the source folder there's a CMake lists, okay? But in the root folder there's another one. And I know for a fact that the one that's in the root folder is the one that you want. The other one does not work. Okay. Where to build the binaries, and what I'm going to do is go into here. In the root folder, I'm going to create another folder. I'm going to call it build. Okay. So that when we go into here, we're just going to go browse build, downloads, GLF321. We're going to go to build and then select that folder. So we've got our browse folder selected, we've got our build folder, search group, advanced, add entry. Okay, so then it tells you once source folder is in, click configure button so that CMake can read the required settings and the source code. So we're going to hit configure, and then it'll say blah blah blah. This tells us, it actually tells you to choose which one, and anyways I'm going to choose Visual Studio 14 is the latest one. I'm not going to change anything. We're going to use the default. It's going to come up with something that looks like this. If you don't see your screen look like this, be sure that you selected the GLFW root folder and that you provided a valid build directory. Okay, so after it's been configured, it's ready to compile. We're going to generate. And generating is done. So now we can go and look. So we still got our include folder, right? And then we go into the build folder, and then we got, whoa, a lot of stuff, including a solution. So it'll tell you right in here. Once the building is generated in the build folder, okay, compilation. In the build folder, the file name GLFW solution can be found. We open it with Visual Studio, and we compile once the library is generated. So then what we're doing is we're going into Visual Studio. Okay, and we're going to, oh wait, no we're not doing it that way. It's even easier than that. All you got to do is just double click on GLFW solution, and there you go. Here we are. It comes up with this, whatever that is, platform toolset, whatever that is. Hit OK. Oh, I guess, oh that's right, we're retargeting. Okay, I didn't do this before when I check stuff. Okay, anyways, so it should be good to go. We're just going to build and build the solution. And it goes through all this fun stuff, which is a good thing, and it's actually working. And then it finally gets to the end after a few seconds. 29 succeeded. Okay. So now it says once the library is generated, we need to make sure the IDE knows where to find the library and the include files. There are two approaches. Okay, so we need to find the library files. So what we do is we actually go into the include directory, okay? And we're just going to copy this, okay? Copy it. And usually what I do is I use what's called the projects directory. I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder in my projects directory in Visual Studio 2017 projects root, and we're going to call this OpenGL Include. Okay, and inside there I'm just going to paste the include stuff, so it's right there. Okay, and then back in projects, because I know we have a library coming up and probably many more with knowing OpenGL. OpenGL underscore lib, so that would be your library directory. Okay. So now we'll go back to here. I guess we'll close that. We don't need that anymore. Let's go into where we were just at. Down here, include. Okay. So here's our build, and then what are we looking for? Source test. I don't remember where it goes to. Here. So build, source, debug goes right into here. We're going to copy that little dude into our OpenGL lib directory, okay? And then what we do when we start our project, okay, and this is covered in the tutorial here as well. Once the library is generated, make sure the IDE knows where to find the library, and we find the lib and include folders of the IDE compiler and add the contents of the GLFW include folder there. See, the recommended approach is to create a new set of directories at a location of your choice. That's what I just did. Personally, use a single folder consisting of where I store all my library and header files. That's what I did. Okay. Okay, so our first project. Let's open up Visual Studio. create a new project, choose Visual C++, and choose empty project. Okay, so we're gonna go to create new project. We're going to choose Visual C++, and then we're going to choose an empty project. Perfect. We're going to give it a name. I'm just going to call this tutorial 1 or tutorial restart 1. Don't know why I choose number 1. Let's just go tutorial restart. So there we go. All right, so it's loading that up. It's getting everything going. What we do is we come around to here, go to properties, and you might already be familiar with this. Oops, and I like it all to be release 64-bit. Let's just go here, properties, release 64-bit. Okay, so VC++ directories are include directories. We're going to add the directory that we just made in, where are we at? What is that? Interesting. Okay. So, wait, where are we going? We're going to projects, include, select builder. Okay. Library, here, there, there, there. Projects, OpenGL Lib, select folder. Okay, so we hit apply, go to the linker, additional dependencies. It's going to get into this. Actually, I'm jumping ahead. So, okay, in order for the project, this can be done by specifying how many linker settings, the directories, input. Okay, so here it shows we need to include OpenGL32.lib and GLFW3.lib in the linker input additional dependencies setting. So I choose linker, input, additional dependencies, click over here on the little dude. We add OpenGL32.lib and we add GLFW3.lib right there. And once we make sure that those are the two names, and we're good, puts it right up in there, hit apply. Okay, now go back into here. Excuse me. Okay, OpenGL Library on Windows. If you're on Windows, the OpenGL Library, OpenGL32.lib, comes with Microsoft SDK, which is installed by default when you install Visual Studio. Okay, on Linux it tells you that. Okay, so glad. We're still not quite there yet, since there's one other thing we still need to do. OpenGL is the standard specifications up to the driver manufacturer to implement, blah, blah, blah. Retrieve those locations OS specific looks something like this. As you can see, the code looks complex. It's a cumbersome process. Thankfully, libraries are here to do this purpose. Basically, it's setting up function pointers for retrieving locations of where the functions actually are in the API for OpenGL. Anyways, so it's a great thing. We're going to put it in. It's open source. GLAD is open source. Has a slightly different configuration setup than most open source libraries. We use a web service where we can tell GLAD what version of OpenGL we'd like to define. And here's the reason why I wanted to do this too. Because it tells you how to go to the web service and all that, right? Which we're going to go to right now. But it's a little confusing, so I wanted to walk everybody through it. It says select OpenGL version of at least 3.3. What we're going to do is say C++, OpenGL. And here is where it's not entirely clear that you're choosing OpenGL right here. And the reason I figured it out is because I tried it and compiled with it, number one. But number two, because it goes up to version 4.6, which is currently what OpenGL, the highest version of it is. So anyways, I'm going to choose that. Profile is going to be the core profile, I believe, which is mentioned in here. So it says make sure that, also make sure the core profile is set to core and generate a loader option is ticked, which is down here. So it's ticked. And then we've got core 4.6 and generate. So then it's just going to come up. We're going to have the glad.zip. If you want the individual files, they're right there, but glad.zip is everything that we need. So it says GLAD by now should have provided you a zip file containing 2 include folders and a single glad.c file. So let's go to downloads and let's check out that dude. Okay, so we're going to look here in glad. Okay, we're going to go extract all 7-zip glad. Okay, then we go up into glad, and under source we have glad.c. Okay, and then under include we have glad and there. So what we're going to do with those is we're going to take glad and khr. We're going to copy those into our OpenGL include. So then we have glad and khr. Okay, and then what we're actually doing is, because we got our tutorial restart project, we need to go back to glad source, copy glad.c into it. So then we should be able to go to projects. I'm a dumbbell. Bum, 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 bum. Open folder in File Explorer. Okay, so this is a new location for me to get used to things, but I'm going to paste it in there. So glad.c is in there. And then we're going to go ahead and add existing item, glad.c, boom. Okay. So there we go. After the previous step, should be able to add the following include directive above your file. Hitting the compile button shouldn't give you any errors, but actually it should, because I don't have a main in there yet. But anyways, we're going to go on to the next tutorial. And there's some additional resources for doing stuff, and all this fun stuff. Okay. So bada boom, bada bing. We're just moving right on here. So hello window. Let's see if we can get GLFW up and running. First, create a CPP file. Add the following includes to the top of your newly created file. And then it walks you through the initialization and everything. Basically, because at this point, all we need to do is come down here and wait until it finally says ready your engines double. And it explains everything and goes through, but we've already been through that before. So I'm going to just hit this, and it will basically load up the source code. So I'm going to copy that. We're going to go over here, add new item. We're going to add this as a CPP file. We're going to call this main.cpp. Okay. And we're going to paste it all in there. We're going to wait for the red stuff to pop up if it doesn't work. I'm going to save it. Compile it. Did that work, even the GLFW? Unresolved. So did I do that for this particular GLFW? That's there. That's there. So did that include actually work? Is that what the problem is, or what? Yeah, that works. Wait. So that one's fine. Oh wait, why am I getting a linker error? Damn it, Jim, I'm supposed to be knowing what I'm doing, right? Properties, release there. Library, OpenGL underscore lib, right? It's right there, GLFW3.lib. We also included it in the linker, didn't I? GLFW3.lib, right? They're both there. Did I spell it right? I'm missing something. I'm missing something. Shoot, I didn't want to learn something at this point. I wanted to teach. Alright, well, I guess we're learning. So what exactly am I missing? Source code right here. I didn't see it. No, it didn't work. If you have issues compiling the application, first make sure all your linker options are set correctly and that you properly included the right directories in your items. Also make sure your code is correct and use your verified looking source. Can you stop any issues? Post comment below. Okay, well this is not working. This sucks. Shoot. I'll probably pause it and figure out the answer, so let's just keep it going here. Could it possibly have something to do with nothing? I don't know. I'm just wondering if I just need to make it debug and 32. I mean, I don't know. I don't like doing that. I haven't had to do that, like, ever. Like, yet. Shoot. Let's look at this one. See, oh, release x86. Let's just switch it to x86. And then adjust the folders. And we'll do everything all over again here. New folder. Projects. OpenGL include right there. Select. OK. Apply. Back up here, projects, lib, select folder, OK, apply, go into the linker, input, here, go like this, edit, OK, OpenGL32.lib, GLFW3.lib, OK, apply. See, and it looks like everything's fine until you hit compile, right? And then, now what's going on? No, it's not. Okay, that's it. I'm pausing this. I'm not going to upload it. It's really? Seriously? All right, we're going to have to find this. glad.h. What is going on? Didn't I just specifically point out? Oh, did I do it for debug? Oh, I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Can I specify all configurations and all platforms? Different options. Oh, I hate this. Well, anyways, let's just... Alright. So you can tell in some things I'm a novice when it comes to the complexities of modern day GUI compilers. Once again, pointing out the obvious to my compiler. Here's the include directory. Yes, it's okay to get upset with your compiler. It's just not right. These things are too easy to be able to, for us humans to keep track of. Okay. So the folders are right now. Linker, input. Once again, this is the third time. All right. OpenGL32, GLFW3. Oh, so apparently I didn't do something right. Probably had something to do with this. Probably had something to do with that or this or whatever. We're going to compile it. I just built it. You don't need to rebuild it again. It works. Okay. All right. Everybody happy now? Hi. That was very stressful. Anyways, we're pushing 25 minutes. This is a first video in a 3-part series. Where are we actually at in this? How about 30 of video? Okay, so close that. Input, okay. Actually, I'm just going to keep going. Full source code of the application is here because I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead. So let's close these since we've already used those. And let's open up full source code of the application. All it does is it adds a little bit of stuff for input, which I want to include. Computer, you can actually load this or what? I don't know. Assuming that loads, we'll get it, but otherwise we're going to go ahead and go into Hello Triangle, and that will be in the next video. Is this going to load the source code, or... I guess I'll let you do that as an exercise on your own because it's not loading for me. So, alright, we're going to jump right ahead to Hello Triangle, and that'll be in the next video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and sorry about the end there where I had troubles with Visual Studio. Isn't that fun? And be sure to leave comments in the section below the video, except for if you're going to comment about that last part. That's fine.